Hi, everyone, and welcome back. And I'm with Jeff Gardner. How you doing, Jeff? Good to see you
Tom.
again today.
Good to see you.
Glad to have you back on again.
Thank
We're
you.
going to be talking about Plymouth, but in the first part, before we take our next break, why don't we just talk a little about the 16 corridor. Caltrans, the Board of Supervisors, addressed it last Tuesday. It seems like it just kind of fell out of the sky here because for some reason it seemed Amador County was out of the loop.
Right.
Can you want to address that?
I can elaborate on it a little. The Board of Supervisors took it up in their board meeting on Tuesday. Members from City of Rancho Cordova, the City of Sacramento, the County of Sacramento, and representatives from Caltrans District 3 and District 10 were all in attendance, as well as developers and representatives of developers. Essentially what's going on is there's a push along that section of 16, basically between Howe Avenue, the terminus there on Folsom Boulevard, all the way out to at least Excelsior, Sunrise, possibly Grant Line, maybe even to the Amador County line, to relinquish that piece of roadway to the local jurisdictions. And they have their own reasons for wanting to do that, but that has long-term transportation and traffic implications for people coming and going from this county.
Who is the local jurisdiction in that area now? And I don't want to give you a question.
There's a little piece of the pie is Sac County, but it's primarily, or Sac City, but it's primarily Sacramento County and City of Rancho Cordova.
Okay, and they wanted to relinquish it to who?
To all three jurisdictions, from Caltrans to those jurisdictions, so they can begin incorporating into their master plans and general plans and doing their transportation planning based on Caltrans not being involved with that stretch of road.
Was there any insight into how long the planning was going on and why Amador County wasn't included in the input?
Yeah, the traffic study actually, it's a fairly large traffic study, was done on behalf of District 3, paid for by developers down there who are interested in getting moving and who are encouraged by the county and Rancho Cordova to do so. They had finalized and gotten the traffic plan approved in, I believe it was in June of this year, and it was through a consultant, I believe from Farron Piers, talking to someone in Amador County Transportation Commission that alerted us to the fact that Caltrans was working to relinquish that part of 16.
Okay, now the Board of Supervisors, I believe, have written a letter. I'm not quite sure what the letter said, but essentially they all weighed in that they wanted to be a part of it and to get on board. So.
Right, they're working on a letter actually to oppose the relinquishment of 16, and the Amador County Transportation Commission has written a letter, and the City of Plymouth is in the process of writing a letter to that effect as well.
Okay, because I guess the idea is that it's going to affect the traffic flows here into Amador County, Calaveras as well, or
ultimately, yeah. I mean, you have, especially they're talking about adding 14 lights. So, your travel time is going to probably go up considerably.
Many of us take that road and think there would be 14 lights on it, starting somewhere at the Amador County line, possibly. That would, greatly impact the travel time.
It's primarily down between Sunrise and the terminus there at Folsom Boulevard.
Well, we'll leave that topic, and we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll be with Jeff Gardner once again, and we'll be talking more about the City of Plymouth. Stay with us right here on TSPN. You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Tom Slivick with Jeff Gardner, City Manager for the City of Plymouth. And, Jeff, we were talking about the Highway 16 relinquishment to I'm still not quite sure how to get all the handles and the words on it and stuff, but once again, we'll just talk that City of Plymouth is also sending a letter. We feel, it sounds to me like Amador County feels that road and the transportation corridor 16 is important in Amador County, and we ought to be in on the planning of it.
It's a significant interregional route, and we feel it should be designated as a focus route, and that District 10 should not relinquish it and has a responsibility to maintain that route as hopefully an expressway for the people of Amador, Calaveras, and El Dorado counties as a critical pathway to get up here. So
okay, and now People getting up here and leaving here to go to work, also to coming up here, and we want more people to come up here all the time. We want tourism.
Well, Plymouth has been in basically a state of being on hold for the last 20 years because we had a building moratorium.
Right.
So we've just gotten some development coming in there. We've got a developer who has proposed and gotten 2 different developments cleared through our city council, and we want him to be successful, and that potentially could lead to some commercial and economic development for our little city. So that's the idea that people, it's going to be twice as hard for people to get up here, or twice as long to come in and out. One of the constituents of the people buying homes would be commuters who commute to Sacramento or somewhere in the greater Sacramento region to work. And if it's going to take twice as much time, they might think twice about coming up and buying a house up here. So that in particular would impact Plymouth because we've had little or no economic development for the last 20 years. So it's really critical for us that we get in on the front end of this and make sure that the people in District 10 and the Caltrans planners and stuff understand where we sit on this issue.
Okay, now shifting a little bit away from that, but not too far. Plymouth itself, the city, would like to have probably more. You've told me that there's some businesses that would like to locate there and open up, and it's very difficult because businesses aren't that, or there's not a lot of space, buildings for them to put the buildings into. Exactly.
As I told you, I actively have people calling me pretty regularly that would like to locate some wine tasting facilities, put in a brew pub, put in some restaurants, and we have limited amount of buildings on Main Street, and some of the ones that are still available that don't have businesses in them or entities in them right now are owned by people that don't have a desire to work with the city and move forward in terms of locating businesses in those facilities. So it's been a little frustrating for us. We're continuing to try and move forward. I have Rick Sanders is my liaison for the Plymouth Economic Development Committee, and he's actively trying to work with these people to break something loose, to get something going, because we feel we can start generating some commercial development and economic development in the city of Plymouth, and it's just a matter of how and when. We have a site, a 17-acre site that some developers have been working with the property owner to bring a commercial hotel, some wine tasting facilities, some other mixed-use commercial facilities, and that's creeping closer to becoming a reality, whether they do it or the owner of the property does it. I hope it happens sometime.
Where are those 17 acres located?
They're actually behind the El Dorado Bank Plaza, where Marlene and Glenn's is there, and it sort of it parallels down 49, and it would be impacted by our intersection project we have going there. And we think it's an ideal spot for a gateway to have some commercial development to help people that want to come up to the wineries, give them a place to stay. They want to put a small boutique hotel in there, maybe a couple of restaurants in there, some other adjunct facilities to help facilitate people who, tourists who come up to do that. So coffee place, Starbucks kind of place, something like that.
Okay.
So
let's talk a little bit about the casino, the Plymouth and the casino in Plymouth, or that's would like to become in Plymouth. Is that putting any businesses and things like that on hold, the iffiness of that casino?
The casino really is having no impact on the city right now. There's a suit against them by the No Casino Group, teamed up in conjunction with the county, and they have numerous issues listed on their complaint, and that basically has to work its way through the court system, and everything's been put on hold voluntarily. And we have spoken with the governor's office. We intend to speak with them again. At some point, if the thing were to move forward, the state would negotiate a compact. We would be forced into doing something at that point. But at this time, the city's just on hold, where our understanding is possibly one of the pieces of property may have been purchased as a result of options running out or something. But I don't know about that. I've just heard that. And I don't know, because I don't actively interact with the Indians, what their plans are at this time or where they're moving. So it's in our mind, it's just kind of on hold, and we're waiting to see the outcome of the lawsuits.
Okay, and of course, Plymouth is very strategically located in the county, actually being one of the closest places, or one of the first landfalls, if you would, for a city. Once you leave, El Dorado or Placerville area, it seemed like it would be a natural place for location of new people with the housing development that's now able to move forward.
Right.
And also the easy access to the wineries and the wine country.
Plymouth, we feel, is situated to become a hub of the north side of this county, if not the county itself. We have 40 wineries up there in the Shenandoah Valley. You go beyond that into El Dorado County, there's 10, 20 more wineries. A good portion of the tourism trade that comes into this county comes here to go to those wineries. We need to be able to take advantage of that. We need to be able to get people to stay here. We're hoping to promote not just Plymouth, but countywide, the availability of resources. We have great little towns people can go to. We have skiing they can do. We tour agritourism or ecotourism. They can go rafting on rivers. They can hike. They can do. There's so many things to do here in the county.
What groups do we have that might work between or try to add tourism to the whole county?
Well, we're working with.
Look at it like from a whole county area.
Historically there was the Chamber of Commerce was kind of dabbling in it, and some other small business groups were doing it. Now we're trying to focus it on one main group, Amateur Council of Tourism, as the focus group to help promote and develop the tourism in the county-wide. The city is, yeah. I go to the meetings and keep abreast of the information.
Okay, Jeff. Thanks for the
thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
We've got to get to a break, and we'll be back right after that.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.